Ngozi Okafor was the kind of woman people wanted to become. Graceful, intelligent, and always composed. Her dark skin glowed like polished mahogany, and her smile, always full and controlled, had a way of making people feel that everything in her world was perfect. She was married to Emeka, a charming businessman who ran a fast-growing logistics company. They lived in a serviced apartment in Lekki, had a cute white SUV, and vacationed twice a year, at least according to Instagram. Ngozi's Instagram was curated to perfection. Couples date nights, rose petal surprises, Hisanha's outfits, Bible quotes about marriage, and reels of Emeka opening car doors for her. She became an influencer for godly marriage, and women flooded her inbox with admiration and questions. But only the walls of their apartment knew what really happened behind closed doors. The abuse didn't start with blows. It started with control. Emeka would say things like, "You don't need to wear makeup, I love your natural face. Don't post that, it's not modest enough. You've been liking too many male colleagues' pictures. You can't go to that dinner without me." Soon, Ngozi stopped going anywhere without permission. Then came the violence. He hit her the first time over a text from an old friend. He broke her phone and accused her of cheating. Then, he cried. He always cried after each incident, saying he was fighting spiritual battles, that he was broken, that he needed her. And she stayed. Why? Because every time she thought about leaving, she remembered her followers, her friends, her pride, the influencer deals, the "you inspire me" DMs. She told herself, if I leave, they'll say I failed. She turned to the church, but her pastor simply said, pray harder. Be patient. Men go through phases. And so she stayed. 3 years into the marriage, Ngozi's mental health was shattered. She was no longer the radiant young woman Emeka married. She had insomnia, anxiety, and memory lapses. She started journaling secretly as a form of therapy, writing down the things she couldn't say aloud. Today, he broke a plate on my back. He locked me in the wardrobe for 3 hours. He wept again. I felt sorry for him. Why do I still feel sorry for him? She found out she was pregnant. At first, she didn't want to tell him. But when she did, Emeka surprised her. He was excited, attentive. For a few weeks, there was peace. He even let her go out with her friends one Sunday, saying, "The mother of my child needs to be happy." Ngozi thought maybe, just maybe, God had heard her prayers. But the peace didn't last. She came home one day and found him drunk. He started shouting that she was glowing too much. Is it another man's pregnancy? He threw her across the room. She miscarried. That night, she bled silently in the bathroom. No hospital. No help. Just silence. Her best friend Ifeoma found out and begged her to leave. "Ngozi, I will house you. We'll change your number, delete your social media, and start over." But Ngozi shook her head. "I've built too much. I can't throw my life away. I just need to be better." Maybe I provoke him without knowing. Emeka promised therapy. He even let Ngozi attend a women's conference in Abuja. It was her first time alone in 3 years. At the event, she met an older woman named Auntie Remy, who could see right through her. "You're wearing a mask, my dear. I wore it too, for 10 years. Until I ended up in a coma." That night, Ngozi cried in her hotel room for hours. But still, she returned home. Emeka seemed to change again. Flowers. Breakfast in bed. Laughter. Ngozi told herself the worst was behind her. She even started a YouTube channel, Marriage by Grace. Her first video. How I Prayed My Husband Back. It went viral. She hit 100K followers. She started receiving PR gifts and speaking invites. Then came her birthday. She threw a lavish party in their home, an indoor garden theme with close friends and family. Emeka gave a romantic speech, and they kissed as guests clapped. The pictures were stunning. Ngozi posted, "To be loved like this. God must love me extra." That night, she noticed her husband staring at her coldly. "Who was that man hugging you too tight?" She laughed it off, thinking he was joking. But Emeka wasn't. By 2 a.m., she was lying motionless in the bathroom. This time, he had gone too far. Emeka panicked. He tried to cover it up, called his lawyer, and said she slipped and hit her head. But there were witnesses, neighbors who heard her scream, a domestic worker who saw her bruises. The truth couldn't be hidden anymore. The news broke. Ngozi Okafor dead in suspected domestic violence case. Her page was flooded with shock. Screenshots of her post circulated. They were so happy. She always said marriage was sweet. But Ifeoma released a journal. She published Ngozi's secret writings with permission from her family. The truth was too much to ignore. The comments changed from "goes" to "rest in peace." Emeka was arrested. But Ngozi was gone. Her YouTube channel now plays a memorial video, the pain behind her smile. She smiled for the world, but cried in silence. She prayed for change, but found only pain. Behind the perfect pictures was a broken woman who stayed too long and never got the chance to leave. If you're in the dark, please, speak up. Love should never cost your life. Real love protects, uplifts, and brings peace. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you did, please give it a like, drop a comment sharing what you learned from the tale, and don't forget to subscribe for more captivating stories just like this one. Thank you for watching.